amigos, buenos días. Hoy es miércoles, el 6 de mayo. Hope you're doing fantastically out there, my friends. Shout out to everybody who showed up for class on Monday, and we had a fantastic round of Kahoot. Of course, a special shout out to Camilla, Hadger, and Hallie with the top scores. It was actually a very good round. And it turned out to be a good setup for what we're going to talk about today, because there were some questions in there that we had to skip because we haven't looked at that material yet. But first, a quick recap. Last time we looked at vocabulario en contexto, and we talked about adjectives and using adjectives to describe ourselves. We also reviewed some nouns that we've been using to refer to other people when we're talking about things they like to do and describing them using these characteristics, these adjectives that we're learning. And of course, the other useful words section that's got some phrases there that you need to know to kind of make all of this work, put it all together. In addition, we discussed cognates that begin with ES and a consonant. Remember, you want to drop the E and look for the familiar word, the cognate. We also discussed the assignment Soy Elena, which is still open and available for submission. And I went over instructions for the latest assignment, personality traits, which is in the April 29th notebook. So you can go ahead and review that video and take a look at all of that. Okay, so let's take a quick look at this video, which has always been popular in the past. Help us understand a little bit better how we use como soy yo y tú como eres.
Como soy yo y tú como eres, como soy yo y tú como eres, como es ella y como es él, como es ella y como es él. Como soy yo y tú como eres, como soy yo y tú como eres, como es ella y como es él, como es ella y como es él. Soy estudioso, me gusta estudiar. ¿Y tú cómo eres? Soy deportista, me gusta practicar. ¿Y tú cómo eres? Soy reservado, no me gusta cantar. ¿Y tú cómo eres? Soy atrevido, me gusta esquiar. ¿Y tú cómo eres? Ella es una chica artística y también es muy talentosa. Él es un chico trabajador. Trabajar, trabajar, trabajar. Ella es una chica artística y también es muy talentosa. Él es un chico trabajador. Trabajar, trabajar, trabajar. Como soy yo y tú como eres, como soy yo y tú como eres, como es ella y como es él, como es ella y como es él. Como soy yo y tú como eres, como soy yo y tú como eres, como es ella y como es él, como es ella y como es él.
Como soy yo? What am I like? If somebody were to ask you what you were like, you might repeat the phrase, what am I like? Como soy yo? Now, what we're really saying here is, how am I? If you look at these three words, grammatically, it is how, como, am, soy, I, yo. Como soy yo? This phrase is the answer to the question, ¿tú cómo eres? What are you like? ¿Y tú cómo eres? Notice the interrogative mark in the front lets you know that you're reading a question. The phrase ¿y tú? And you. ¿Cómo eres? How are you? And eres is also a form of to be. It's the conjugated form of to be. Yo soy, tú eres. I am, you are. Now, later on in the video, we see this phrase, él es un chico trabajador. Now, let me first just correct the error here. We know that chico is a boy, and clearly this is not a boy. So, that mistake notwithstanding, Look at the sentence. Él es un chico trabajador. He is a hard-working boy. Él, he, es, is, un, a, chico, boy, trabajador, hard-working. Now, we've discussed that, of course, the adjective goes after the noun. That's why it's chico trabajador. Whereas in English, we would say he is a hard-working boy and put hardworking, the adjective, before the noun. Now, later we have ella es una chica artística. She is a girl, chica, artistic. Now notice, in this sentence we're using una for a to describe a girl, and in this sentence we used un for a to describe a boy. So notice we have un chico, a boy, and una chica, a girl, una, two different words to say a, which is kind of confusing. And actually, it gets more confusing than that because we have two different ways to say the, and we call these definite and indefinite articles. So let's take a look at this. Okay, I'm on page 60 of the textbook today, kiddies. We're looking today at definite and indefinite articles. So first, of course, we want to remember that nouns have genders. In Spanish, you have masculine and feminine. El and la are called definite articles and are the equivalent of the in English. El is used with masculine nouns and la is used with feminine nouns. You've already seen words with definite articles, of course. El libro, the book. La carpeta, the folder. And we've talked about how these nouns have endings that reveal their gender. O for masculine and A for feminine. Now, as I mentioned before, un and una are both words that are used to represent the English equivalent of a or an. Un and una are called indefinite articles and are the equivalent of a and an in English. Un is used with masculine nouns and una is used with feminine nouns. So notice that both your indefinite and definite articles end with a for the feminine, which is useful in remembering our rule about words that end in a being feminine. So here's another video that hopefully clears that up a bit.
We're here in the United States Library of Congress. We're going to look at a few of my favorite articles.
In English, there is only one definite article, the. The cat, the dog, the cats, the dogs. It's all the same to the word the. In Spanish, the articles change according to the gender and number of the noun. We're going to look at the two singular ones, el and la.
If you remember, in Spanish, all nouns have a gender. You use el or la, depending on the gender of the noun they accompany. So we say things like el chico, la chica, el profesor, la profesora, etc.
Feminine noun, la carpeta, la profesora, la hoja de papel. Masculine nouns, el libro, el cuaderno, el pupitre, el bolígrafo.
Those were just definite articles. Definite articles talk about one noun in particular. There are also indefinite articles.
So, for instance, if it was raining cats and dogs and the queen said, "Get me a dog," any dog would do. That makes it indefinite. But if she said, "Get me the cat," she's looking for one in particular. That makes it definite.
The indefinite articles in English are a and an, a bug, an insect. In Spanish, the singular indefinite articles are un and una. And guess what? Un is masculine. Una is feminine. You use un with masculine nouns and una with feminine nouns. So you would say una carpeta, una profesora, una hoja de papel, un libro, un cuaderno, un pupitre, un bolígrafo. It's as simple as that. Let's review.
Match each article to the correct noun.
El libro. La carpeta. Un chico. Una profesora.
Okay, let's try it out, friends. Go to the May 6 folder. You'll see an assignment entitled Un or Una. Notice also the definite and indefinite articles infographic below. You can use that to help you out if you get stuck. And you want to pick the right one, un or una, depending on the gender of the noun. Alright, go ahead and try it out. We'll see you next time.